how do the problems that we've identified in the Art for Reconciliation project relate to broader issues with peace and reconciliation policy?
So I think a lot of the issues that we identified over the course of this research have a lot in common with wider the peace building sector, peace work, as a kind of broad range of activity in Northern Ireland. They're not anomalies of arts for reconciliation specific work. The issues with how the value of a project is measured, the impact of that project is measured, whether it is basically recording the hours that different groups spend in contact with each other as one metric or as one outcome, whether it is recording attitudinal change through really fairly reductive surveys. These issues of measurement or understanding the experience that takes place in these activities, or the learning or the building of relationships, it's all part of a kind of wider. No, I've lost it. The way that we understand or measure the contribution of arts to peace suffers from similar dynamics as other, sport for peace, dialogue-based peace-building activity, community relations activity, activity that is focused on storytelling or other forms of dealing with the legacy of the past. And I think what's really important is to kind of embed this within the bigger picture of peace building and what that means, who decides what that means. So in Northern Ireland, there is no agreed definition of peace building or reconciliation, and these are concepts that are fairly ambiguous and mean very many different things outside of Northern Ireland as well. But through the kind of funding infrastructure that has developed over the past 20 plus years in Northern Ireland, there is the lack of reflectiveness, the decontextualization that we've witnessed in the ways that art activity is funded and evaluated, kind of creates this. I often use the term, it's like a hamster wheel where we just keep doing the same things in isolation. There's activities taking place across Belfast, across Northern Ireland, and the burden of learning from that activity and sharing the learning and scaling up or building upon that learning, taking lessons from when things don't work as well, that's mostly dispersed to these individuals or organizations themselves. I think there was a fantastic peace funding report done by Corey Mila a few years ago, and they identified quite a few of the issues around loss of organizational knowledge, the lack of a kind of a bigger picture structure to look at more holistically what is happening in terms of peace building work from across the sector, from different sectors, from the arts, from community development organizations, and so in some very important ways, the issues that we've found in the arts in particular are unique and exacerbated by some other issues with how do we understand the value of the arts and artistic expression, creative process, the social value of those things. But that's just compounded by the fact that this kind of neoliberal peace-building framework that it exists within and it is funded through reduces the opportunities for learning from this wealth of experience that exists over the years.